Hey, Wednesday night, November the 4th, we are in the book of First Timothy at Walk Through the Bible, and I'm hoping you're being able to join us, whether that's online or with us physically, and we're going to be, taking a look at this book called First Timothy. Timothy and Paul were pretty tight buddies. The story kind of goes like this. It doesn't kind of go like this. It goes like this. Paul was on a missionary journey. He ended up in the city of Lystra, and there he heard about this young man who really had a heart for God, and he met him. His name was Timothy, and Paul recruited him, took Timothy on the missionary journey, and Timothy became a fixture on Paul's ministry team. And not only did he become a fixture on Paul's ministry team, but he became to Paul like his son in the faith. And eventually, Timothy went on to pastor that church that was in Ephesus that Paul planted. And so he writes this letter, 1 Timothy. It's a personal letter to the man, but he's talking to him about the church and about his own personal life. And to the church, Paul gives this instruction. He talks to them about their doctrine. He talks to them about their devotion to the Lord and their duties that they have before the Lord. Then he speaks specifically to Timothy, and he tells Timothy about his own personal walk, what that needs to look like, and how he can live as a witness for the Lord. And one of the verses that I love in 1 Timothy is in chapter 4. It says this in verse 7. It's the end of 7 and verse 8. It says, rather train yourself for godliness, for while bodily training is of some value, godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise in both this present life and in the life to come. And Paul says, this is very trustworthy, what I'm telling you. Now he says, you got to train yourself. Now, I don't know about you, what kind of training you've done in your life. Maybe at some point in your life, you did athletic training. Maybe you trained on an instrument, or you trained for dance, or all of us at some point, some level, somewhere have done training in the workplace, or we've been trained at school. Like, training is just something that we do. And it's interesting to think about it because Paul here talks about physical training, that you physically train yourself for your health and well-being. Though, like many years ago, I heard a conversation, and I forget what the number was, but it was about, if you just worked hard and you kept yourself physically fit for your whole life, what would that actually add to your life? And shockingly, it was pretty small. It was like someone who stays totally physically fit might add 6 months to their life. Isn't that kind of strange? But that's what it is. Or so I've heard. Now Paul says this to him. You've got to train yourself, but he says not physically, spiritually. And if you will train yourself spiritually, the benefit will not just be in this life. It's not going to just add 6 months to this life. There will be benefit in this life. But he says there's going to be a benefit in your life for all of eternity. So we want to be men and women who walk with the Lord, who train ourselves to walk with the Lord, who train ourselves to be witnesses for the Lord. And so Wednesday night, we're going to take a peek here at 1 Timothy. I encourage you to join us. You can join us online via our Facebook page or the church YouTube page, or you can come and join us right here presently with us, and we'd love to have you here. So Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Hope to see you.